There are currently 130,000 veterans in the United States that are legally blind, and 1 million plus veterans with low vision. And every single one of them is facing challenges every single day. But we're here to help. This is Wisdom Books. Thank you for joining us. With a live studio audience coming to you from the Wisdom for the Blind studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Our passion is to share new books with our fellow brothers and sisters that are blind or visually impaired. Let's do it. This is Wisdom Books, and this is your host, Benjamin Keeley.
All right, welcome to the Wisdom Book Club, where we meet once a month, talk about books that we're reading, or books that we would like to read or have read, and just some basic kind of discussion. So like Bree said, we're being recorded, so just so everybody's aware of that. We try to stay on topic of books, but if we want to talk a little bit after, we can stop the recording and then have a little conversation if we want. But we want to keep this all about books. So usually we go around the table here. We're missing a couple of people, but we have Robert, the new guy, which is great, and Chuck, and myself, David. And we're going to start off with Chuck, and he's going to talk about two books. We kind of go over two books that we've kind of read or want to read, and then we pass it around. We just keep going around the circle. So go ahead, Chuck.
Please. Okay, thank you. First thing in the menu, I just noticed that we have a book of the month in the menu. I didn't, what's funny is I just got the DB number from Bard to download it, and that's the one by Stephen King, Never Flinch. That's going to be my next book that I read. Anyways, so right now I'm reading
Info.
Tom Clancy, Chain of Command.
Tom Clancy's Chain of Command. It's a Jack Ryan novel by Mark
Page 1.
Cameron.
Headings. Total
Um,
time 13.
whoop, hold on. There we go. I'm about 3/4 of the way through that book, and I just read another one by Tom Clancy, only another author, Mark Graney, which was really good. This one's really good too. And then I just finished today another book. I bought a Kindle. Well, it's called a Fire HD 8, just for my audio books. And just so you know, if you have Amazon Prime, now once a month they give you a free book. Only one, unless you join audio. But I just finished what's it called? Game of Nines. It was a really good book. It's quite a production. There's, the audio books are much more animated than the regular ebooks, I guess. But Game of Nines was about, since 1952, every 9 years, there's been a murder, and the murderer gives clues and sends letters to 3 different detectives, and from different police units all over the United States, and they come together, and he's always commits the murders on an island, and he stays on the island for 1 week. So if they can catch him in 1 week, then the end of the game stops. But if not, he disappears for another 9 years and then starts it again. So anyways, it was quite the book. The only thing is, I think it was less than 3 hours. Maybe that's why they give it to you free. But anyways, that's my books right now.
Who was the author of that book, Chuck?
Please.
See, I can't get it again, so I don't remember who the author was. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. No problem. All right, Robert, are you listening to any books, or do you like books? Or tell us a little bit about yourself and reading books.
So I do listen to a lot of books. I've fallen into the lit RPG series of books. That's more of it's like a new genre that's coming out. One of the main ones that everybody's been going over is called He Who Fights with Monsters. It's on Audible. Basically, it's He Who Fights with Monsters. It's a lit RPG. I think it's pretty dope. There's already 12 books for the series.
Okay.
I've already gone through all 12 books and waiting for the 13th one to come out because it's still ongoing.
Please. Could you please tell me what lit RPG means?
So lit RPG is basically a new genre for it's based on characterizations of video games. So like I don't know if any of you guys ever like listen to video games, but they have different options and stuff like that, and you can see how your abilities grow throughout the game. So the idea is doing the same thing throughout the book, where you tend to get different strengths and different aspects of abilities throughout the book, and you just grow as a person both mentally and physically throughout the book.
Oh, that's cool. I never heard of that. I'll have to
Yeah.
check that out.
Another book that I've been listening to that I'm waiting for Bard Mobile to come out with, or LOC, is what was it? Monster Hunter. It's a series that's both in not superstitious, but both in kind of like horror, but it's like action horror. Sorry about that. Basically, it's a ragtag group of people who go around the world fighting monsters, and it the government has a group of people who do the same thing, but it's like a secret thing that they do that the people of the world don't know about. And the main character, he keeps running into these powerful monsters that he has to keep fighting off.
Who writes that? Who's the author of that one?
That one is by, let me look it up real
7:50
quick.
p.m. One notification. Yahoo Mail. Leviathan Wick. More info. The Magician. More info. Monster. More info. Monster Hunter Legion. Monster Hunter Nemesis. Korea. Larry. Total time 27 hours 29 minutes 14 seconds.
Larry Correa.
Swipe up or down to select a
Okay.
custom action.
Yeah, they have about 5 books in Bard Mobile or LOC, and there's another one that's out, but I'm trying to see if they come out with, because the one that's on Audible has a different person doing the voice actors than the one that's on Bard Mobile, and I like the one on Bard Mobile better.
Do you know how Bard works? Are you familiar with the process of how that works, or how you get books on there?
Like asking for books to be put on there, or like just download?
No, so Bard is run by the National Library Service, right?
Yes.
So they have to get special permission from the publisher and to put books on Bard so that people can access it. So they're a little bit slower than Audible, because Audible is a paid service where Bard is a free service.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not. I understand. Like I'm not like rushing them to do it. I'm just waiting
Right.
because I know it'll come out sooner or later.
Yeah.
So
They're pretty good, actually. I mean,
yeah, they're really good. I mean, I've read a lot of books off of there.
yeah, a lot better than the old days. So,
Not bad.
yeah. So Chuck, every month, when Bree reminds me, I tend to put out a little book of the recommended book that we can kind of talk about in case somebody comes to the group and hasn't, found a book to listen to. So that's why I put that. I give it to Bree, and then she puts it on there. And to be honest with you, I really like Stephen King, but I think his writing, I think he's getting a little bit too old, because this book was a little bit slow for me. And It was good reading, but it wasn't your normal Stephen King style book. So I'm not sure if he's writing all his books or if he has ghostwriters or what's going on there, but it's not the Stephen King that I'm familiar with for sure.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it because of Holly.
Yeah,
I like
I would
that.
I would definitely listen to it for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm going to. I talking about Stephen King. Uh, oh, can I speak for a moment?
Yeah, I got one more
Oh,
book I want to tell you about, but go ahead.
okay. The Institution. Um, I read it, let's say 2 years ago, and I really liked it. In fact, that was the book that got me into Stephen King. Up till then, I always used to say, which was bad to say, wrong. I don't like Stephen King's writing and stuff like that. But from then on, I read quite a few, and I've really never been disappointed with any of his books. Now, and then a few years go by, and uh, my son read Institution also. Well, then just recently it came out on Amazon Prime, I think. Uh, the it was a 5 or 6 part series called The Institution by Stephen King. So we started to watch it just to see how the book and that compared. And there's a lot of similarities, but boy, they changed it a lot, which the thing is, it's a 19-hour book, and it's kind of hard to make a short-lived TV movie out of a 19-hour book and not change things. But so what I did was, after we watched maybe 2 episodes, I decided to go back and read it again. This time I got more out of the Institution reading it than I did the first time. I really enjoyed it the second time as much or more than the first time. So if anybody wants to know about the Institution, I'm the one to go to.
That is a great book, and I really liked it too. And I did see the Prime series too, and they never do as well, in my opinion. I always like the books better.
Yeah.
But
Now,
yeah,
see the end, the lady that you want to die doesn't die in the TV one. They actually made it so they can make a sequel.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I didn't care for the TV one, but
yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is, right? So the other book I just finished, not the name just slips my mind here. It's actually written by Bill Clinton, and the author, I can't think of his name. The author that's dead, he's dead now, but he always seems to write a lot of books. I don't know how that works out, but they're obviously using his name. And it's a murder mystery. Takes place in New England, Boston, and New Hampshire, and about the president is a woman, and the first gentleman is involved, who is a New England Patriots player at one time. He was involved in a murder. Supposedly, he was charged with a murder, and it's all about that. It's kind of a really good book. It was kind of slow at first, but it was one of those books you just can't put down. So that was it. I can't. Who's the author that lives in Palm Beach? Chuck, do you remember, or Robert? I want to say
Oh, Patterson?
James Patterson. That's it. Yep, yep. So I believe he's passed away now, but he seems to write a lot of books. So they're using his name, obviously. So, but that's a really good book. It's on the Bard most popular books. The name slips my mind here, but you'll see it. It's the only book by Bill Clinton in a while. So. Um, that was a good book. So, and I like the Jack Ryan series. I go back when I can't find anything to listen to. I always go back to the Jack Ryan series. Anything to do with Tom Clancy, Op Center, anything like that is really good. So, um, anything else, Robert? You got anything else? I have to check that series you're talking about the gaming. I'm not much of a gamer, but it sounds pretty interesting how they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple more books. There's one called Path of Ascensions that's really good. And that's part of that series. Uh, I started getting into Leviathan Wakes. It's another sci-fi series that's I forget how many books it has. I know it has a few different books, and that one's on Bard Mobile. The two, like the He Who Fights with Monsters and Path of Ascensions, is on Audible. They don't have it on Bard Mobile, so
Yeah. I haven't really gotten involved in Audible books. I want to. I just haven't done it yet. It's kind of expensive.
it is. It's a little pricey, but the thing is, I do the yearly one, and it gives you all right. So the yearly one is like I think it's like $120 for the year. It gives you like 12 coins, and you can get any book out of Audible, any 12 books out of Audible, any of them one. But the best thing about it is that there's a section in Audible after you do that where there are free books that you can download and read and listen to, not read.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and so I go through a lot of books. Like there's days where I don't listen to like the regular books that I'm listening to, and I'll go in there and I'll check out other books that they have on there, and they have different genres there, like sci-fi, horror, all that stuff that you could look into.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my problem with Bard. That's why I've been looking at Audible, is because I'm kind of tired of Bard. I think they've really, I don't know. I just can't seem to find anything that jumps out at me. So Audible tends to have the new popular type books, and before Bard does, obviously. So
Well, here's what I've been doing because I know Bard does a lot of the books that are on Audible is also on Bard. So if I ever find a book that's on Audible that sound because you can do a preview on Audible. So I preview the book real quick. I'll listen to like the first chapter. It lets you listen to the first chapter. And if it sounds really good, I'll look it up on Bard to see if it's on there first. And if it's on there, I'll actually just listen on Bard
oh,
before I
okay.
do it on Audible. And I do that a lot. I mean, you could do that basically for free.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I preview stuff before anything else because I try to see if it catches my attention.
right, right. Chuck, do you use Audible at all?
I was I had Audible for a few years, and it was $14.99 a month, and for that monthly fee, each month you got one free book, which you paid $14.99 for, and then anything from then on you had to pay for. I decided because I was finding so much more on, or not so much more, cheaper on Bard. So I canceled it. Now I'm going to get back on it because it just seems to be, I have a habit of listening to a book on Bard, let's say, and I fall asleep so easy. But the audio books are much more like animated. They're just got more production to them. So I'm going to get back on audio within the next couple days.
Well,
Like I
before
said,
you do that, I
yeah,
would say, sorry to cut you off.
no,
I would say on Bard Mobile, listen to Monster Hunter International. Actually, if you look on Bard Mobile, it's the first three books together. So it's like Monster Hunter International, Monster Hunter. Crap, I don't remember. But it's the three books that you download first in one set, and that one has a pretty good production on it on Bard Mobile.
okay. Now, here's the thing. I hear you guys and a lot of people talking about Bard Mobile. I understand that's an app that you get on, and I have Bard on my computer, and it downloads the books to my computer, and then I download them to my Victor Reader. What's the difference between Bard Mobile and Bard?
That's the same thing. It's just how you access it. The Bard Mobile goes, you can go online and then add it to your wish list, and it will go to your Victor Reader. or you can search for books on your Victor Reader. It's just more portable. So it's the same thing.
Okay, gotcha.
It's just how you're downloading and how you're searching for books.
Yeah. I'm from the old
You're
school,
doing it old school.
very old school.
I have a question for the Victor Reader. How many books can you download before? Because
Well,
I currently have
on Bard
50
Mobile you can get up to, I think it's like 20 books before you have to start deleting books off your
Yeah,
list of ones that you're listening to.
I currently on my Victor Reader have 55 books.
yeah, I was gonna say 50, so
Yeah.
you and I are about the same.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it really depends on how big the book is. But I have all the Jack Ryan series on my Victor Reader, and those are big books. So yeah, you can hold a lot on a Victor Reader. Plus, you can also add an SD chip to have a bigger. Like I have, I don't think I have a 1 gig in my Victor Reader. I think I have just a 512. But you can add a bigger one if you want, so you have more memory. So you have a lot more. You have a lot more leeway with the Victor Reader.
Okay.
So I would go to Susan and I would ask her for one. Don't tell her I said that though.
Don't worry.
All right, well, cool. I'm glad you came on, Robert. I hope you come on more often. And we also have other Zoom calls too. Coffee.
Cup of Joe. Yes, I
Cup of
know.
Joe.
I'm gonna try to make that one too.
And that one's more laid back. That's just sitting around, and I personally drink a beer during that time. But you can drink coffee or a tea or hot chocolate, or you don't have to drink anything, which is a basic sit around the table and talk about whatever we talk about. So that's a good one. But I just broke my own rule and got off track from books. So anybody else want to say anything else about books before we stop the recording, and then we can just talk if we want. No. All right. Well, thanks guys for coming on and talking about books, and hopefully we'll join in next week. I'm not sure what happened to the other people, but I'll have to reach out to them. And welcome, Robert. It's good to have you on here. So for now, enjoy your reading, and go ahead, Bree, you can kill the recording.
You've been listening to Wisdom Books, coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with an in-studio audience at the Wisdom for the Blind Studios. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. If you know someone who is blind or vision impaired, tell them about the show. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit the website at www.w4bv.org, and we'll see you next time on Wisdom Books.